All right, let's get your Smart Start started. Happening today, jurors will resume their deliberations in the murder case against Kelvin Vickers.
It was the summer of 2022. 3 men were shot and killed in Rochester, several others wounded during what prosecutors describe as a marijuana turf war. Vickers faces 26 charges, including aggravated murder, following the ambush-style deadly shooting of RPD officer Anthony Mazurkiewicz. A guilty verdict on that charge would carry a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
The judge explained to the jury what that aggravated charge, what the elements were. One of the elements is whether he knew or reasonably should have known. Again, I believe that we have met those elements, and we'll see what the jury has to say.
I think a lot of times what's going to happen with any of these jurors, they've never heard this law before. They've never heard the specifics of each count before. It's a lot to take in, especially after having almost 3 weeks of testimony, 1,000 exhibits, 60 witnesses.
The jury started deliberations just before noon yesterday after the judge laid out the definition of every charge for Vickers. Before going home for the day after about 4 hours, jurors did seek clarification and playback of certain video and testimony presented during the trial. They're back at it at 9:30 this morning as we await a verdict.
Your gas and electric bills are at the risk of going up. Today, the State Public Service Commission will be deciding on a new plan from RG&E and NYSEG. It does include rate hikes.
But how much in terms of dollars? Here's Hayden Wentworth in the studio with a breakdown. Hayden.
Brennan, Michaela, NYSEG and RG&E CEO Trish Nielsen says if their plan is approved by the Public Service Commission, customers' rates will be rising. She says the new plan includes a spread-out rate increase. Instead of the previous proposal of 20%, which was rejected by the state, the evolved plan will still cost customers about $10 a month for the first year, then $9 for the second year, and $11 for the third year. Nielsen says because of the need for new equipment to keep serving their customers, these rate hikes are necessary to keep the grid and make up for the low rates they offered during the pandemic. Nielsen says for those who are in low-income assistance programs who can't afford the rate hike, she tells them to make sure to reach out to RG&E early and as often as they can. In the studio, Hayden Wentworth, News 8. Back to you.
All right, Hayden, thank you. Let's talk about some construction and improvements, exciting and long-awaited updates on Carlson Road in Rochester as it's being repaved.
Oh, yes. I'm sure people have been keeping on top of this one, so you might already know that the stretch of road has been riddled with potholes for a really long time. Comedy at the Carlson posted on social media about the news, expressing the excitement, saying, quote, "This is great for our customers and our vehicles."
Let's get a live view of the roads elsewhere early on this morning at 6:51. Your sunrise traffic report. Expressways have been pretty good so far in terms of accidents or heavy congestion. We'll keep an eye on that. Do have reports of a crash just in Rochester, South Clinton Avenue and South Goodman. We will check the roads again at about 7:25.
All right, back to those headlines. Israeli officials say 189 soldiers are among the 1,200 people all killed in the hours-long massacre committed by Hamas militants who had breached the border from Gaza.
In Gaza, the death toll is rising above 1,000 now as Israeli airstrikes have pounded the area in response. President Biden met with Jewish community leaders at the White House as more details are coming out of the horrifying surprise attacks on Israel. In a call with the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, Mr. Biden urged Israel to follow the rules of war with the deadly airstrikes. Meantime, Gaza's only power plant has no more fuel. Its biggest hospital is in danger of running out.
We're surging additional military assistance to the Israeli Defense Force, including ammunition.
Video from Israel's defense ministry shows the first delivery of advanced U.S. weaponry. Administration officials from the White House say the U.S. is in active talks to open a humanitarian corridor out of Gaza.
We've also learned a New York resident, Noy Leib, a reservist in the Israeli Defense Forces, is now in Israel trying to help with that war effort.
My real brothers who have been enlisted, I have my friends around me who enlisted, and I'm not gonna watch and read the news and I'll see all the videos while my friends are here actually fighting. So it wasn't a question of if, it was a question of how soon can I get on the flight.
He does say that the terrifying videos we've seen of families being slaughtered by Hamas, that was a huge motivator for him on why he wanted to come join the fight. Meanwhile, the State Department says that the number of American citizens confirmed to have been killed in southern Israel, those towns there, it has risen to 22.
Here in Monroe County, deputies are celebrating the work of a dog and a drone. Tools, they say, helped them catch a suspect caught running through a swamp in Penfield. There's the footage. Deputies say the man was involved in a larceny at the Penfield Road Wegmans. 2 suspects took off in a vehicle which was later found abandoned on 441 on the edge of the swamp. 1 suspect taken into custody there, the other captured here in the swamp. Deputies say the drones and the help of the K9 Max ensured that suspect was arrested without any issues.
Rochester police have made an arrest in a shooting that killed an 18-year-old earlier this year. On Memorial Day, Shane Moutry was shot and killed, caught in the crossfire outside of the Anthony Jordan Health Center on Holland Street in the city. Now, 18-year-old Navier Stewart has since been charged with murder in this case. Stewart was already in custody for another murder, where police say that the victim was also not the intended target.
Rochester City leaders hope a newly renovated basketball court will help keep kids safe and out of trouble. Mayor Malik Evans helped cut the ribbon at the Trenton and Pamela Jackson R Center, where they made the court regulation size, put a new fence up around it as well. They also installed new and improved basketball posts and rims, which adults took turns trying out. The new court will allow this R Center to host leagues, tournaments, free play, and more players can share the court at one time. City Council member Michael Patterson says he wants this to be a safe space for young people who may now be enticed to take part in some of the other programs offered at the rec center versus getting into trouble or seriously hurt.
How many raindrops are you going to get?
Plenty, 7 to 10, maybe million. I don't know. There are scattered showers likely for the game, but we're dressing for 40s as well, so it's going to be chilly and, yes, a bit wet as well. Live sky, I'm starting to see a little bit of light over Rochester. That is nice. Sunrise in about 20 minutes or so. Highs around 60 today. Tomorrow looks good as well. Another pretty average October day. Likely dry. We'll go partly cloudy. And then there it is. Both Saturday and Sunday. We're calling for rain. But as I mentioned all morning, the trends are good. Trends are down for that rainfall.
We like that for everyone going to the game, other fall activities. We'll check that weather again at 7:25. Our next update in half an hour.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. CBS Mornings is up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.